Good evening, and I let me start this off by saying I apologize sincerely for doing this part of the presentation so late. Honestly, I turned in my paper pretty last minute too, and I had almost forgotten about this part as well. If I don't get credit for this, I perfectly understand, Professor Tejeda, but I'm still going to do this and turn this in anyways. I'm also kind of unclear on where I should post this, so I'm going to post this under the announcement section that you posted online because that's where I see a lot of people doing. Uh, but besides that, if you would like me to email you this video, then I could do that as well. Uh, or if you plan on opening a discussion board where you can post your videos, I'm not sure. But either way, I'm going to be posting this under your announcement. But let's go over what exactly I discussed in my paper itself. I talked about mostly my father based off what I've learned from him when I interviewed him. I only really asked him just a few brief questions, six in total, I think I say in the paper. So if it feels like it's lacking information, then that's probably why, and I apologize for that. I go over exactly how who the first member of our family was in the United States was. Uh, Unfortunately, my father didn't know much about him either, but he told me what he could, and I put what I could. I put that information in the paper. I talk again mostly about my father, how his experiences growing up with his family and growing up between both the South and the West were. I briefly touched on that. I also mention our family's religious background, and on that note, I actually discuss a bit about how the relationship between African Americans and Christianity are. I even include the source in my citations page on the paper. And as for the picture that I briefly analyzed during my paper, it's I explain what it is in the paper itself, but pretty much it's my father after a basketball tournament in Reno in his high school days in the 90s, I believe. Well, actually, my father is 42, so no, it would have been the 80s. Oh, God, I should have asked. He didn't tell me the date of this photo, actually, unfortunately, so I should have asked in advance, and I apologize for that. But that's the picture I've analyzed, and I go into more detail on what it is in the paper. Bringing it back up, just to clarify, this is my father himself. This is his principal from Durango High School, and these two are his teammates. And that about covers it, honestly. That's pretty much all I discussed in my paper. That's all I need to talk about, and I will be posting this shortly. And thank you. Thank you for this class, and I appreciated our time as short as it was together. I hope that all of you are staying healthy, and I hope all of you are safe, and I hope all of your friends and relatives are also safe as well from this whole pandemic that's going on right now. And good night.